The gleaming spires of Chromos pierced the lavender sky as David Carter's of shuttle made its final approach. This was humanity's first diplomatic mission to the Galactic Empire, and David felt the weight of history on his shoulders. At 35, with his tall frame, close-cropped dark hair, and keen green eyes, he knew he cut an impressive figure. But would that matter to beings from across the galaxy? The future of his world and the stability of countless others hung in the balance, and the enormity of the task ahead pressed heavily on his mind. As the shuttle touched down, David took a deep breath and strode to the airlock. The door hissed open, releasing a burst of warm, perfumed air that filled his lungs. He blinked in the dazzling sunlight, his senses immediately overwhelmed by the alien sounds and vibrant colors of the bustling landing pad. The cacophony of unfamiliar voices and the symphony of vibrant, shifting colors heightened his awareness of how far he was from Earth. Every sight and sound reminded him of the significance of this moment, an intersection of worlds, cultures, and destinies. "Welcome, Emissary Carter," boomed a voice. A towering figure strode forward, vaguely humanoid but with 4 arms and skin that shimmered like mother of pearl. "I am Jazeera Chief Protocol Officer. The Empress awaits you." David inclined his head, remembering his diplomatic training. "The honor is mine. I bring greetings from Earth and the United Solar Systems." As they approached the Imperial Palace, a crystalline structure that seemed to defy the laws of physics, David struggled to take in the overwhelming sights. Alien beings of every shape and size filled the streets, their voices blending into a cacophony of sounds that even David's advanced translator struggled to process. It was a city alive with the energy of countless civilizations, all converging in this one magnificent hub. The sheer scale and diversity of life were awe-inspiring, and David couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder mixed with the gravity of his mission. Inside the palace, David was led through vast halls adorned with alien artworks and swirling holographic displays. The architecture was breathtaking, every inch of the palace pulsating with life and color. Each step he took echoed through the cavernous space, reminding him of the significance of this moment. The palace seemed to pulse with a life of its own, a living entity of light and energy. Finally, they reached a set of towering doors that pulsed with inner light. "The Empress awaits within," Jazeera intoned. "I must warn you, her radiance can be overwhelming to the unprepared." David squared his shoulders. "I'm ready." The doors swung open silently, revealing a vast circular chamber filled with beings from every corner of the galaxy. At the center stood a raised dais, atop which sat the Empress. David's breath caught in his throat. Empress. Lyra was the most beautiful creature he had ever seen. Her skin was a deep, shimmering blue that seemed to glow from within, and her large almond-shaped eyes held an intelligence that seemed to pierce his very soul. The grandeur of the setting, coupled with the Empress's ethereal presence, made the moment feel surreal, like a scene from a dream. "Rise, Emissary Carter," Lyra said, her voice like music. "We dispense with formalities here." David straightened, meeting the Empress's gaze. "Your Majesty, I am deeply honored." Lyra smiled, revealing teeth of gleaming pearl. "Welcome to Chromos and to the Galactic Empire. We have long awaited this day." As they spoke, Lyra revealed the unique nature of her rule. Her satisfaction, tied to her sexual energy, directly influenced the stability of the Empire. "When I am fulfilled," she explained, "the Empire prospers. When I am not, chaos ensues." David's mind reeled at the implications. "That's quite a responsibility." "Indeed," Lyra said, her eyes narrowing slightly as she studied him, "and one I have struggled with of late." Over the next few days, David and Lyra developed an intimate connection that went beyond physical touch. Their energies merged in a way that stabilized the Empire, bringing harmony to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. However, this newfound strength did not go unnoticed. Factions within the Empire, fearing the disruption of their power, began plotting to separate them. One evening, Jazeera burst into their chambers, her eye stalks quivering with urgency. "Empress, Emissary, we have a problem. There are factions within the Empire who see this new strength as a threat. They are planning to forcefully separate you." Lyra's eyes narrowed, her glow intensifying with anger. "They will not succeed. We have come too far to be thwarted by fear and greed." The confrontation came sooner than expected. In the Grand Hall, a group of high-ranking officials and military leaders awaited them. The tension was palpable, the air thick with hostility and unease. The grandeur of the hall, with its towering pillars and opulent decor, only heightened the gravity of the moment. The gathered officials were clearly divided, their faces betraying fear, uncertainty, and determination as they prepared to challenge the unprecedented union between their Empress and the human emissary. "This human undermines our traditions," one leader accused, his voice dripping with disdain. His sharp features twisted in anger, reflecting the unease that rippled through the gathered crowd. "He brings change that could destabilize everything we've built." Lyra stepped forward, her presence commanding and resolute. "These same traditions have brought us to the brink of collapse. David's influence has given us new strength. This is not something to fear, but to embrace." As the tension reached a breaking point, the conspirators moved to seize David. But Lyra's energy flared, a visible aura of power surrounding her. The conspirators recoiled, their resolve crumbling under the weight of Lyra and David's united front. The room seemed to vibrate with the intensity of her power, and the once defiant leaders were left speechless. In the aftermath, David and Lyra continued their work to stabilize the empire, using their connection to influence and guide their people. Lyra learned to control her energy, channeling it to bring harmony and prosperity to her worlds. David remained by her side, not just as an advisor, but as a partner in every sense. Their relationship became a symbol of intergalactic unity, sparking change and fostering a new era of cooperation and understanding. The days blurred together as they worked tirelessly, meeting with leaders, diplomats, and citizens from across the galaxy. The challenges were immense, but together they faced them head-on. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, their shared mission bringing them closer than either had ever anticipated. They faced not only external challenges from those who feared their union, but also the internal challenges of merging their vastly different worlds into one harmonious whole. As they stood together, overlooking the capital city from Lyra's private chambers, David felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The challenges they had faced had forged an unbreakable bond, one that would guide them through whatever the future held. The city below was a testament to their efforts, a vibrant metropolis that reflected the peace and prosperity their connection had fostered. "Thank you, David," Lyra said, her voice soft as she gazed out at the city. The lights of Chromos twinkled below them, a reflection of the peace they had worked so hard to achieve. "For everything." David squeezed her hand gently, his gaze meeting hers. "Thank you, Lyra. Together we can achieve anything." And so, with their union cemented and their path clear, David and Lyra faced the future with confidence and hope, ready to lead the Galactic Empire into a new era of peace and prosperity. The weight of their responsibilities was heavy, but the strength of their bond was stronger. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they knew they would face them together, united in purpose and in spirit. As they stood side by side, gazing out at the stars, the future of the Galactic Empire seemed brighter than ever before. A new chapter was beginning, one of unity, progress, and hope. And it all started with a human emissary and an alien empress who dared to forge a connection that transcended boundaries, cultures, and even species. The distant stars seemed to burn brighter, as if the universe itself was acknowledging the significance of their union. David and Lyra, once strangers from vastly different worlds, had become something far greater together. And as they prepared to lead the empire into its next chapter, they knew that their journey had only just begun. As the night deepened and the stars continued to shine, David felt a sense of calm settle over him. They had faced challenges that would have broken lesser beings, yet they emerged stronger, more united. The journey had been arduous, but the rewards, both personal and for the empire, were beyond measure. "There's still so much to do," David mused, his voice a quiet rumble in the tranquil night. Lyra nodded, her eyes reflecting the starlight. "Yes, but we will face it together. This is just the beginning." Together they turned back to the Grand Hall, ready to take the next steps in their shared destiny. The future awaited them, filled with promise, challenges, and the boundless possibilities that only the union of two powerful forces could bring. With their hands intertwined, David and Lyra stepped forward, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. The universe was vast, filled with mysteries and wonders yet to be discovered, and they were prepared to explore it together, leading the way for a brighter, united future. The next day dawned with renewed energy, the first light of chromos spilling into their chambers, a reminder of the endless possibilities ahead. The path they had chosen was not an easy one, but it was one filled with promise. As the first emissaries of a new alliance, they knew their actions would shape the course of history, and they were prepared to rise to the challenge, hand in hand.